Agohp, welcome back to the channel where we talk real 8 to 10 minutes about life, real problems, no editing, no bullshit. Here, still from sunny Budapest today, actually talking about this beautiful city and this beautiful culture today, as the topic is going to be the shocking cultural explosion in Western Europe, and how Budapest for me is like a wake up call, because the last 2-3 years I've been traveling to Europe every summer, and I've been living in Mexico since 2020, so I've been out of Europe, out of the UK, out of all these places, and when you don't see something every day, you come back to it and you realize the change that was actually made. It's like when you get fat, you look in the mirror every day, it's a little bit more every day, so maybe you'll miss it, right? But if I don't see you for a year and you got 50 kilos on top of you, bro, I'm definitely gonna realize. And that's what happened with Europe. So I kept coming to Europe every year after not being here for around 6 months, and it's been detrimental, like completely chaotic. And specifically the UK, where I lived for 5 years and I made my first million, which has one of the most established legal systems, business systems. All S&P 500 companies are in London, yeah? You would think London is not, London can't fail. But it is failing, guys. It is absolutely, entirely failing, like Rome failed. Okay? There's many reasons to it, but let's talk about the reasons in a bit. The most shocking truth is that culture is degraded, your food is poisonous, the media you're watching, the movies, the comedy, the comics, etc., everything is destructive, destroying your soul. Everything is about diversity, everything is about you have to be this 1% or 3% of the population, right? But why do you have to be that 1%, that diversity? I don't get it. America is full of diversities. It's all a mix, it's all immigrants, and it's controlling the world for almost 100 years and leading the world forward with innovation, prosperity. American money made. But they know how to do it, right? They don't just let a bunch of people in and then create a mess. It needs to be organized, okay? Anyway, yeah, so what really upsets me about Europe is that I grew up in Germany, and Germany was one of the most advanced, strongest countries in the entire world because of their hard work. Germany doesn't have any resources. Germany doesn't have oil, gas, coal, nothing else but good hard work, muscle, discipline, and also the ability to sacrifice their time and their life. You only live once, right? And they dedicate it to work. I greatly appreciate it. I'm German. I'm grateful that I grew up in that culture. That's why I achieved something in life. I got financially independent. I'm a multimillionaire, traveling the world. So it's so important to have that mindset. But right now, that mindset, this discipline is being put in the wrong direction, right? 75 years ago, after the Second World War, Germany finalized the invention of fertilizer. So the human population exploded from a couple of 100 million to a couple of billion. Nobody remembers that it's a German company. The Germans worked on that for decades, and bang, fertilizer done. Now everybody has food, so everybody's making babies. Great. Is everybody making babies? The right people are actually not, but yeah, that's another video. So the Germans right now, they're focusing all their discipline and energy, and they're the leaders of Europe. They're literally focusing their energy and their resources on the absolute destruction of their own economy, their own safety, their own food, their own nutrition, their own culture, their own safety belt. And they're all doing it to themselves like masochists. They're literally sacrificing themselves. That's crazy. Why? Why do you have to do that? You built the best cars in the world, the best robots, the best machines. You invented the nuclear bomb was actually invented in Germany and then finalized in America with German scientists, which caused world freedom. Nobody talks about that. The German scientists, they created that weapon which made humans realize maybe it's not the best idea to just kill everyone, because now they have this bomb that just kills absolutely everyone on the entire planet. It's not very productive, is it? We have to rebuild all these houses and da. But now let me tell you something, guys. So all these governments, right? Why? Because they know all the things that I know. They know all the things that you know and way more. Why do they decide to increase energy costs so manufacturing doesn't make sense anymore in Germany? Why the immigrants that arrive in Germany, why they have to hang out on the street and do dodgy shit instead of working? Why? There's obviously a reason to it. Why does the police in Frankfurt allow you to take drugs on the street, crack, heroin, etc., smoke, inject yourself drugs on the street in front of children? Why is that? I think we can all agree that the German politicians know exactly what's going on, and they still don't care, right? Like they sell you Coca-Cola, which they know it's poison, like they sell you cigarettes with 23 deadly chemicals in it, and they don't care. They sell you alcohol, which is poison, and they don't care. You might think I'm crazy, but this is actually 100% natural grown tobacco, organic, from Cuba. No chemicals, rough, no chemicals at all. Anyway, so what's the goal of the German government and whoever pays for these politicians to go in this direction? Well, there's a pattern. There's always a pattern. There's this war and that lockdown and this and that, and the outcome is always that the poor people and the middle class, they lose their wealth, they lose their prosperity, they lose their freedom, and they lose more and more and more of it, right? Now in the UK, you can't even post on Twitter or on YouTube what I'm just saying, because it's going to upset someone. Someone is going to feel hurt, and that is now a crime. So you don't have to physically hit someone or attack someone with a knife. If you tell someone he's a young man, but he feels like an old man, and being young upsets him emotionally, you're going to jail, brother. You're going to jail now. So don't call people young man. I experienced that. Some people don't like it. Anyway, going back to Germany, because I'm German, I don't know much about other countries, even though I lived in 8 countries so far in my life. And Germany, it really saddens me to see how this incredible, smart country with the best work ethic on the entire planet is actually suiciding itself. It hurts me. I grew up there. I saw what they could do if they do the right things, what incredible things they could create, what incredible products, what incredible innovations, what a prosperous life the German people could live, and they do deserve that. But because of the wrong leadership, and because there's no man around who talk and talk sense and say, no, we're not going to accept this garbage, this is wrong, and they go in the street and say, hey, stop this. I'm not talking about violence. You don't need violence. You just need to have an honest opinion and talk about it, and then these things couldn't happen, right? We didn't constantly have war in Germany over the last 100 years, even though there was different opinions and life was actually better 50 years ago, wasn't it? So that really, really has to change, but it won't, because there's no more men around, and most women don't like conflict, so they're not going to speak up, and the German men have disappeared into believing they're it's just how it is, and we gotta accept it. We need to be solid. We need to follow solidarity. Solidarität, it's in German. It's really, really shocking how they're sacrificing themselves. So the outcome is going to be, and it's already happening, that all the German middle class, multimillionaires, etc., that create jobs, they're all going to leave. They're all selling off their assets, their cars, their watches, their businesses, their houses, their land, their factories, and they're all going to move to Dubai, and they're all going to move to Monaco, and all the money is going to leave Europe, and then some large investment funds from America are going to come in, and from China, and they're just going to suck it all up. They're going to buy it all up. They're going to buy it cheap. And then you wonder, maybe these guys just wanted a discount on all your houses. Maybe that's why they let all these people in without asking any questions. Maybe that's why they don't allow immigrants to work or force them to learn the German language and take part in German culture. Which, when you come to America, you should learn English, right? Like, that's what you get taught. But no. In Germany, it doesn't work that way. They don't allow them to work. They give them free money. They force these people to hang out on the streets and hustle, do something, right? You gotta do something. You gotta eat. You have to feed your family. I understand that. But the change is never gonna come if German politicians continue to be corrupt and the German population continues to be silent and believe we're being solidary humans by not speaking up for ourselves. This is, nothing ever good comes of it if you keep everything for yourself. Be open. Speak up. Speak to your neighbor. Speak to your friend. Speak to your family member. Speak your mind. Stop consuming all this TikTok, this Instagram, all this garbage. I don't have this shit on my phone. Delete all of it. You don't need it. It's just fugazi. It's just smoke. It's just blah blah blah. It's bad for you. Like alcohol. Don't drink alcohol. For what? Poison yourself. Guys, wake up. We have so little time left on this planet. Just have a couple of years, good years, where you're in good shape, you understand what's going on in this world, you have a little bit of money, you can enjoy yourself. It's just a couple of years, guys. It's not fair, it's not worth it. You gotta save it. So, please, I would love to hear what you say, your comments, your likes, what you think about that. And what way out do you guys see? And I'll see you guys on the next video. Let's see from which sunny city. Take care, guys.